Everybody thinks that you need to go viral or be an expert to build a personal brand, but the truth is, if you're one step ahead of the people that you're trying to teach, you're already qualified. Stay tuned, I got 3 tips that are gonna help you get started right now, and trust me, number 3 was life-changing for me. Step 1, the first step, stop waiting to be an expert. Honestly, if you're waiting to be an expert, then you're never gonna get started, because nobody's ever really an expert at anything. There's always somebody who knows a little bit more than you do. So the key is to start teaching about what you've already learned. Think back to when you first started. What were you Googling? What were you asked ChatGPT about? Those are the things that you want to start teaching to people. All it takes is for you to be a little bit further ahead than the people that you're trying to teach, and it's going to make you a lot more relatable. And when you're trying to teach something to somebody, if you are coming across as an expert, it's going to be a lot harder for people to learn from you. They're going to be looking at you saying, oh my God, this guy already knows everything. How am I ever going to be like him? But if you're normal and you're real and you're just teaching what you've learned in the last couple of months, then it's going to be a lot more realistic for them to be able to catch up to where you're at. And that's all they have to do. If you proceed and master one step or one part of the journey, then you can start working on the second one. And it's really just a layering process. As you're building your personal brand, you're starting off in the beginning, and kind of like I am with this channel, I wasn't an expert in the beginning and I'm not an expert right now, but I have been doing this for a little over a year and I've learned a lot in the process. And that's where I'm able to start teaching the newer people what they can do to start to achieve some of the results that I got. So keep it simple. Just teach what you've learned and teach from the results that you've already gotten. That is where people are going to resonate with you and they're going to want to follow you on your journey. On a quick side note, if you're in your 30s and 40s like me, you've probably noticed your metabolism slowing down. Even if you train and eat clean, your cravings and fat loss are going to start fighting back. That's when I got the Mind Body System by LifeVantage. Now this is a 2-part system. You take 2 capsules in the morning that are going to help boost your GLP-1 and reduce cravings. And then you take the MB Enhance, which is a shake, and you drink that at night. I like to have it before my dinner, and a lot of times I'll mix a frozen banana and strawberries with it, and it makes a delicious treat. This has been clinically shown to increase your GLP-1 by over 200%, and it's made cutting so much easier for me. Now that I'm living in South Carolina, I'm finding out that everybody down here is in permanent beach season. So I need to get my weight under control and I need to do it fast. The MB1 Enhanced system is helping me do that. If you're interested in trying to lose a little bit of weight or just get your weight back under control, go check the link in the description and you can get some today. So tip number 2, I would say, is to create for the person that you used to be. When you're getting started in your personal brand journey, there's a reason for it. You're trying to grow a personal brand because you're trying to grow a business, because most likely you want to be able to get out of your job. Where were you when you first started this journey? Were you an expert in something already? Did you have a job or a career that you had a lot of knowledge about? Did you start trying to package those thoughts into how you can use that to teach others who are kind of like you? Pretty much every career has the ability to be transferred over into being a personal brand. It doesn't take a lot for you to be able to say, all right, this is how I built this deck, step 1 to step 100, right? So you can really step back and say, whatever you have experience in, whatever you are good at, that is what you should make as your personal brand. Don't try to go out and learn an entire new skill just to start teaching people. Just use what you already have and start teaching people about that. Because most likely you went to school for it or you've been in that career for the last 20 or 30 years. My old career, what I used to do was bartending. Think of all the different bartending channels there are on TikTok, YouTube, and all the other platforms. There's tons of people that are out there just teaching people how to make drinks. So even a career as trivial as a bartender, you can use to go back and teach people how to make delicious drinks. I, after bartending, got into marketing and sales, and that's what I'm really passionate about right now. So that's what I'm working on, teaching you guys how to do. So just remember, whatever your previous experience is, that can be your niche. And just go back and start teaching people what you wanted to know about in the beginning. And tip number 3, like I said, that really changed my life. Well, when I first got into sales, I had a team that I was working to train and teach how to sell almost immediately. It happened very, very quickly. And I had no choice but to learn how to public speak, teach, and present almost at the same time that I was also learning sales. Fortunately, I had some experience in sales because I'd done it in other jobs, but I had to now start teaching people how to do that. And that was really difficult. I was really nervous to go out and start public speaking and start teaching and training in front of a room. So what did I do? I actually worked with some of the other people that I work with to start taking over a small piece of the training one piece at a time. And that's the same thing that you're doing with YouTube. If you're really scared or really nervous to start putting out full-length 10, 15, 20-minute videos, what I would say is start doing some shorts first, or make some 2 or 3 minute long YouTube long videos. So not the shorts format, but regular YouTube videos. And they don't need to be extremely long. You don't have to hit 8 minutes or 10 minutes for a video for it to be effective and for people to actually get something out of it. So think of one tip that you could help somebody with. Sometimes those one tip videos are actually the best. You know, when I'm having troubles with, Final Cut Pro or some of the other software that I've been using, the 1 and 2 minute videos are the ones that get right to the point. They tell me how to fix the problem that I'm having, and then I move on. And what do? I watch that whole video, which helps a ton with the YouTube search. And then I also like it because they gave me a lot of value. And sometimes if they're cool, I even throw a comment in there just to help them out. So with that being said, if you're getting any value out of this, go ahead and throw a comment below. And what will be really helpful is if you have any questions about what you're trying to do with building your personal brand, throw it down in the comments, because the last video I made was actually based off a comment from one of the viewers. And it makes it a lot easier for me to come up with new content if I know what you guys are actually struggling with. So throw a comment down below and let me know what's holding you up, what's slowing you down, and what's preventing you from getting started right now. Like, is there something going on in your head right now that would prevent you from turning on the camera in 5 minutes or 20 minutes and actually shooting a video? I want to know what that is. Throw that down in the comments. So back to tip number 3, what really helped me was starting to do really small pieces of those presentations. And as I got more comfortable with it, then I started finding out that people were actually coming up to me afterwards and saying, "Oh my God, thank you, that was so helpful." It started to build my confidence. And one thing I took from that is a lot of people told me that I was really relatable, because I was just up there talking like a former bartender, joking around, having fun, and trying to explain the point so people would understand it. And that actually helped a real lot with retaining their attention and helping them learn the topics. Just being yourself is gonna be good enough. People are gonna wanna follow you just for you. So don't try to be somebody else. Don't think about trying to act when you're on camera or doing anything like that. Just be you, be real, and try to be calm and relaxed, and it's all gonna flow out, and it's gonna make a lot of sense to people. Start small. That would be my best advice if you're really hung up on trying to shoot a full video or whatever we wanna call that. But if you're trying to shoot a long video and you're just getting all jammed up over it and you can't do it and you can't turn the camera on, pick one topic, write it down, and then just go on camera and teach somebody how to do it. Just very short, very sweet, very simple, and then post that video. The main thing that you have to know is that if you don't post the videos, you're not going to get the feedback from the algorithm to let you know whether it was good or not. And you never know what video could be the one that goes viral. So the video that you shoot and you don't post could have been that game-changing moment where you go from 5 subscribers up to 200. You never know. Being real and just posting those raw videos is going to be fine, and you have the ability to go back in the future and unlist those videos. So if it's something that's really embarrassing and you really hate it, leave it up for a few weeks or a couple months, and then you can go back and you can unlist that, and then just let your new content do all the speaking for you. Hopefully this was helpful. If you are trying to build a personal brand, I have a new school community that I set up just a couple of weeks ago. I have a couple of people that are over there now that have recently joined. And I'm going to start doing some live videos where we can actually connect, you can ask questions, and we can interact in this community. And from my old career, there's nothing I love more than actually building community. I really look forward to the point where we can start doing live videos together, and especially when it's still a smaller group, being able to converse back and forth, joke around, have some fun, help you guys overcome some of the challenges and some of the things that are holding you up. And we're going to be able to do that in a live format where you can actually talk to me and I can actually talk to you. I'm probably going to post some of those videos on YouTube. The nice thing is that you can actually talk. It's not just, a YouTube live video where you're typing comments in the video down below. Join over there. There's going to be a link in the comments and in the description for that. If you want to join school, it's going to be completely free. I want to have as many people there as I can. So I just really want to help you guys, and that's what I'm passionate about. I've said this in a million videos so far, but nothing makes me happier than helping a new person start a business. It is the key to enjoying your life, having a successful business that allows you time freedom, not just a brick and mortar type business where you're there all the time, but something around building a personal brand is going to change your life as you start making money, because you can build this in just a few hours a day and have the rest of the day to go out and do all the stuff that you really want to do. And a lot of the stuff that you haven't been able to do over the last couple of years or 10 or even 20 years. Thanks for watching the video. Join us over at school. And like I said, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer those in the next video. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good day.